for this moment, I'm just thinking on the clear facts of what we go through still, and about, for this petition, about my problems, requested by the insane International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice, on a serious conflict about the there is a government, supposedly, that we talk about, we supposedly cannot call to killing governments, while this is not about the killing. It's about the real International Court of Justice as International Criminal Court, making sentences and verdicts for less humanity and Jewish side, but Kirchnerism, officialism, Peronism, United Evangelics, and Sodom and Gomorrah consider expertises and forces of Argentina with a burden of fear, which are permanently under attack, threat, destruction, and much worse. To making, to my person and to us, and we're supposedly to play the poor victims, the poor disclaimers for we victims and supposedly being just snakes. Well, there are conceptualizing about this, which this all are made exactly that way. All through the situations and to the setting clear, much farther. Cuerpo Médico Forense with a burden of fire, which I came on announcing to the world and to Court of Justice as international, the same form of panel, the International Court of Justice as the criminal one, the same jurisdictions, about this fight to being threatened, but the rest making what they do. And saying that I murdered my granny and I will be confessing through the same days, like a supposed denial cycle, and supposedly trying to masking and disfiguring, like in the United States of America, they says, we know naturally happens. I'm going to tell you one thing. They says and allegates that I were fitting her over elements that were not indicated for her health, that no one prescribed her, and she were delicately for she did not have condition to being administrated. And what they said I used for the killing her were the most of the smart, using the most of the clear perspicacy, they used this word, for I to taking benefit and opportunism, and this will be a criminal family that we will be talking about. They said and allegate that she were a very delicate health person, that her doctor never gave her for the reason of what supposedly she were. And the reality of this is her doctor is a good, responsible person that were attached at the reality of her permanently, except for Tammy. And government. PAMI, supposed institution of health, with a burden of it. So suddenly, the reality of this woman were that she were suffering hypodysmoplegmacetic. And that were something like they never said. She suffered hypertense condition. Ischemic with no problem over a UVC. Never had, but ischemically in a very condition with severe character of risk. She had a coronary cell fatty self-smoking placenta, which she were medicated with, and she taken the medications for hypertension and for cardio problem. She used to take medications also to easing her rheumatism and her arthrosis, which is severe, painful at the self-motor condition, and she used to having a problem over sedatives. She used to taking bromazepam, indicated and prescribed about she could sleep with that, which were not for sleeping, but that ICC or used to easing her, for she did not feel so nervous and so off of her own, suffering permanently the loss of her son, and she were needing for assistance that never received them, making profounding over the what it were, the state, the reality of her health, profounding of how to help her. And suddenly with too much pain and temperatures, and in a moment I said to her she were taking Ensure, trademark of Abbott Laboratory. And suddenly the reality of this Ensure, for a moment she felt just great, and were given by Tommy. And for a long time she didn't take nothing else. So suddenly in the middle of the soul I said to her, okay, let's do something. Why don't you? And I went to buy Berocca in the pharmacy that she naturally buys, a normal product, and I gave her the same product in house. And Berocca is a very Bayer Laboratories product, which is with no contraindications, doesn't produce heart attacks, and doesn't produce nothing, around nothing, but supplements for feeding, for alimentary plan. Is 100 milligrams magnesium, has 1 gram of vitamin C, has vitamin B, B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, B10, B12, and 11, complex in a doses proportional at normal ingestion daily, and has calcium. And the calcium were indicated permanently for her osteoporosis, and magnesium cannot produce heart attacks. Contrary. And the reality of and it's a free cell product. And anybody can take it, and she were in lucidity and feeling much better and started to walk and started to moving differently while she started taking it. And were for about 25 days, she took Berocca. 25 days, feeling much better than before with pains. And practically for the bromazepam, also ingestion of 2 high doses. I were telling her not, and I were trying to putting her in an asylum, but she were in a very emotional, exploding situation against us all, saying that she never wanted that we will never dismiss her. And in a very conflict because of what a person too sensitive and with a very conflict herself. And the reality of this delivers into Berocca, magnesium, calcium, doesn't produce heart attacks, contrary, reduces it. The same vitamin B complex, the same vitamin C, and the same vitamin D, what I think has a little bit, reduces them. So suddenly she were taking medications, and Pami went at the call, and the same people in there, Hogar Torrego, Buenos Aires, Bacacay Street, 2051 number, apartment B, were calling, and Pami were first and saying that she were unresponsive and were making a job about artificial breathing and cardio massage. And with nothing else but that, and setting a prescription with RIVLIN, Pami were there, but not the hour of the deceased. Pami institution that cleans them butts with the people like with the toilet paper, the same Aníbal Fernández, fundator of this mob. And forensics shit are the same, and the whole tribunales and the whole lacra reventada consider expertises, and the damn evangelics saying, because of we said and we know, we are the expertises of Sodom and Gomorrah, how to manipulating, forging, making up, and organizing the generating criminals and raping and murdering and taking the 50s and sharing the way forensics saying we are gonna be in problem with this soul, don't you dare, because of it already knows it. And we are taking care of the business of this sense of big word. For the whole Kirchner's, Peronistas and Táctica, Abomination, Tribunales and the rest of the whole damn bodies, the clients, customers folder. Like permanently were doing to me and to us. And internating people saying, because of he believes that he's the holy of the God and this follows him, making disasters and destroying, and he ills his friends and the whole of the mothers and the whole of his communities. It's the world. So he's going to pay with this, making the besmirching idealization of Sodom and Gomorrah that how it had to be, and they will command. So suddenly, kill these churches. Give me a moment, please. Oh, already the last video that your honors I had published. But 1 hour video and a little bit more. You got it already. Whatever account. And forget the violence in the terms, please. So suddenly, at the reality of the soul, lacras reventadas conspires against the government and conspires against us, and Israel will be of the beast. The reason why it rises against them, the liars, the same degenerados, cuerpo médico forense, delusional cycles, maniac persecutors that calls me and turned to calling me the 94, which I ask, please take it off the plateau. Maxwell Smart and the 95, because of Thursday saying I am a degree inferior, maniac persecutor with disability. So suddenly, let's put in the things in clear. Lacra reventada sobreabunda por toda esta maldita tierra y estoy dispuesto a que sean lacra reventada consumida por toda la eternidad y es lo que voy a hacer y lo voy a disfrutar. Gerhama plera besefijal amba pletsijma sebeshwa pletejal jabakim don rebelimane. Anda a secuestrarlo, anda a sacarlo de su casa, anda a sacar a sus amigos, matárselos a todos, tener la internación, arrestarlo. Refech mod sebel blesi dechli hamar. Amleti kadredach ablesi mapliga. Redachal hamad, Bami didn't even put it. A lichest person and neither called no forces and neither done nothing and dare to say this generates that they had a body. And we will bury a lie that they had research on their summer secrets and threatening also the religious doctor saying that I will kill her for a TV and for money. And my family will be all murderers, no one had no, for the reason of there were a summary secret for Justice of Argentina, Policía Federal Argentina, but they were researching because of evangelics said clear that I will done and I will murder my granny. That I buried at the next day that she passed away. Well, I was thinking about to put her under internation, thinking she would be just okay. Well, 80 meters from her place, my sister calling me that she already passed away, and I were turned at the corner. After making a video that same Saturday here, and putting this graph in the hell like every day I told. And just made in my chat and asking to a corporation which were trading as well to publish some notices for sale of her products that tell to saying that we robbed Supami and we didn't give back and we will be criminals, which she bought with her own money and my sister went for, and I will have the buying ticket forged even. And also the reality of the other products will be all wrapped that I will give to my granny for she to have, like the small refrigerator she used to having, and the rest of the product, like the TV. My mother bought it and paid. Each month, 12 payments, and one free with Banco Frances Visa card of my sister and brother-in-law. In Frávega, Parque Patricios. Villa del Parque. Because of said Parque Patricios where they just went in a hurry and we robbed them from the doors to Guillermo Brain, like the rest of the products. And, porque nosotros somos el gobierno, somos los tribunales y somos la justicia. Y los evangélicos no van a ser insultados y burlados ni más ni poco los Kirchners, ni ningún elemento de justicia. ¿Acaso se piensan que hay que rendir las pleitesías al Señor? Rejamopler resech y bishpot mapletich hachanam. Be'apler espartim. in Redach Laki. I'm going to tell you one thing. Are murdering our people and destroying our people, making up this of the state secret, summary secret, justice, state summary secret of Policía de Argentina under research, and are disappearing, raping and murdering people and murdering whoever knows and whoever faced them that I told you do not. Be wise. They are not gonna let go and not gonna touch nobody. They says they commands rapes, murder, and only wants the shape and the face to look like they are upright and everything okay, and forwards into making what they do. Sickness, abominations, the same evangelics and whole kirchner's. So the reality of these people is we are in a side and they were permanently doing this to me and to us. And they never stopped and are not gonna stop until they die. So we understand how to do and how to let go of this from our lives, or we die. They are going to go to hell, but while and through, they destroy everybody because of our breath of the blessed sin and the breath of the beast. They just got to win and got to be God in heaven. And this is not a delusional, maniac persecutor or psycho character because of this what they are doing. And perros degenerados, with pardon of those, for incest, some are the credo of the whole of less humanity, with them ingeni, tribunales, and kirchners, everyone, all over. And UNASUR is the same. And there is not going to change. Like it or not, and I am not calling for yearly death. They are already premeditating to killing us all. And this is not going to change. They are who they are, and they are not going to change. I will be delivering and running this video. Now, en redach lechem op leggen bezegd die sople vesmot geniande. Ingedak atmos swati. Gedach leer rabbe vechlo te rabbe vechlech matselimid. Ishech lechem atzen dat lavim. And everything like you see went behind like everything. We've done it first. Redach op leggen bezegd lachim atzen. Its friends helps him and tells to its ear, let's come to its friends because of helps him. You offense the government because of your helping him. This is not all or nothing of this one, my person, because of his making the whole delusion of the liars and conscience about what they do. All over, citing me, Mercedes-Benz, the 8th time, trying to give me unemployment and trying to reach me out. Well, if I will come for a simple job all around, Saint Evangelics United, sick that generates, with the sick that generates B.OBAMA, Policía Federal, coming right behind, like with the change of company, Claro Argentina, supporting the whole of the generations and trading with making me a less humanity cause if I will ever let go of the service, with inventions like you will never imagine, and this is not delusional. If I come to Quan and went to Quan services, mobile services, to make intelligence to my person, and here are not representatives except which are making the same less humanity with them in Argentina. And every day something right behind that. Oh, this is not a person that you can employ, and if you turn, just remain in touch because of remember that. Oh, it's a disability, it's okay, don't you worry. We have it under control. If any problem happens, we're coming for you. And cut to attach because of we command. But the reality is that you were punished by the Lord. Stlekti krabefech lechem obleveri, sofechosh badaptiba. En redach lach chinimim. Get chalevech el far chalasachishvat. In redach matlekini. Then evidently, chalech poaplech spat levisachishvat amesrek. Redach lechem obler redach far retis el seshat. In redach vlefa betredech metzimish imin. En redech al vlefa at sarak. Seshlo. En redech el imi repefech lach dispot le blessimetzim. En redech mi amainam. So, redech spot le tan redech likish for an aplavim. Instead of blessing himself. Redech lach likish pavitzamega. Reach mag ni anum mat kevalt legides patach hapim. Instead. Just like the Kravak. In redech lach hamakim. And I don't do the kiver redech spot masi. And I don't need no penrovativ mat the spot of luck. Neither Israel, neither our people. And pretends to setting us like naive, childish, immature. And Revach Moblech Sechnim, the liars and the rebellious schizophrenic, also governments. International courts of justice, the jurisdictions and United Nations as well. And we do first, they think they're going to be me. No one of them are nothing more but us, evangelics given us. Punish of God. Witchcraft. Bedle see bright and clear masachari de smotless modless ingetes sachai. Amblich matzinavam. Legacies of witchcraft. In front of Adam. Lord doesn't need scandals. Men are run and adored to commercialize in Barcelona, and whoever dares to take an office is going to be raped and murdered. Don't you let it polish. It's luring, it's robbing, called to kill people because of the world has gone the shit away to us. Kirchner, Sunasur, Sodom and Gomorrah. Consider for expertises. Asur. Refech motzechelig is fableter, ratechelig shatlidan remochana, adlini nak ebotswa. Bin revech laknasenov. Dishlati and revesem. So let's put in this a little bit at the clear. HTTPS www.ocrtmt middle Cuerpo de Forenses UNASUR Argentina, los legados de los expertos, y la verdad de nuestro prestigio y nuestra gloria. Somos los decentes del mundo. OCDRMT, BMT, middle, fake cyst, BMI, COM4. Cyst is SUISDT. Middle, OCRDMT, X44349,